When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
So good, so good, so good.
New year, new gear. Thousands of fresh active styles are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Save on top brands like Nike, Puma, and Free People, starting at just $35.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
There's always something new.
Plus, join the Nordy Club to shop new arrivals first, unlock exclusive discounts, and more. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
This is Optimal Living Daily. Allow Space to Screw It Up by Anthony Ongaro of BreakTheTwitch.com. And I'm Justin Malik, your very own personal narrator, where I read to you every day of the year with permission from the authors to help start or end your day on the right foot. So with that, let's get right to this next one as we optimize your life. Allow Space to Screw Up by Anthony Ongaro of BreakTheTwitch.com. Last week, Amy and I flew out to Los Angeles to attend an event while visiting family and friends. It was a wonderful experience, and we particularly enjoyed the 75-degree days leading into the weekend. It was a welcome change from the brutal Minnesota winter. For the most part, everything went smoothly, and we couldn't have planned a better trip. On the other hand, I really did not expect this to happen. Almost immediately, my 30-day strong daily habits completely fell apart. Outside of my normal environment, I found it incredibly difficult to keep up with my 6 daily habits. The one thing that made it was simply making the bed every morning. With beautiful weather, a part of me ached to just be outside as much as possible. I found myself taking any excuse to not be on a computer or phone and just sit. I read outside, but those opportunities were somewhat limited as well. Between visiting friends and family, then attending a full 2-day event, the days seemed packed, yet full of wonderful things. This experience has me reflecting on the fact that I've always dreamed of being a digital nomad. I imagine myself working from coffee shops and Airbnbs around the world, my location being up to my daily whim. In a way, this trip helped me realize that might not be the exact right scenario for my day-to-day life. I really love exploring new places, but I also love coming home. While I do believe I might be able to adjust to a new country every 4 months, I'm not sure it's in my long-term vision at this point. I love the comfort and consistency that home brings. While it may not be as exciting as trying an exotic cuisine I've never had before, it has its own benefits. It seems a balanced approach between a home base and traveling is what makes the most sense for me. What I do know is that losing my momentum on daily actions did not feel good. In fact, getting back into the swing of things upon returning to Minnesota has been 100 times harder than it was to just do the actions every day. There's definitely an element of guilt that I let myself down and, in a way, let you down too. That guilt has made it even harder to start up again. That's why I haven't posted a blog post in over a week. What I realized is that feeling this way is totally counterproductive. We must allow space in our lives to screw things up. We can try as hard as possible to get our daily action to look like our long-term vision, but some days we won't be successful. Life happens. Sometimes there are amazing opportunities to revel in the glory of the moment without worrying about checking daily actions off a list. The last thing we should do is create a guilt spiral that makes us miserable and makes it even harder to get back on track. But unless we decide that those daily actions are no longer the ones that will get us towards the long-term vision for our lives, we just have to get back on the horse, make it stupid easy, and get going again, because not doing them isn't any good for us either. A funny thing did happen on a return flight from Los Angeles to Minneapolis. We had a layover in Denver that lasted about an hour, and I wandered around looking to buy some gummy bears for the wait. Yep, I'm 30 years old. I found some, flipped the package around, and found that this particular bag of gummy bears was $8. I refused to spend that much money on gummy bears. I mean, come on. Meanwhile, a huge storm moved into Minneapolis, and our flight was delayed. Then it was delayed again. An hour later, it was canceled. We'd be spending an unexpected night in Denver. Amy and I knew that there was nothing that could be done, so we stepped up to the counter and asked to change our flight to something the next day. As we stood there, we heard no less than 3 people come up and find out that their checked luggage would be sent to Minneapolis on the next available flight, whether they were on it or not. Packing light, only carrying our backpacks, helped us create space for our flight to get screwed up. We weren't inconvenienced by the cancellation and had all of our stuff with us already. At this point, it was just another day added to the trip and an opportunity for us to connect with some friends in Denver for dinner. We found a great deal on a hotel with a free airport shuttle and booked it for the night. We checked into our hotel and found out that there was a complimentary happy hour with wine and snacks. After getting settled in, we headed down to the happy hour. I couldn't help but laugh at what I found. Wine, popcorn, and gummy bears. What are the odds, really? Who knows? What I do know is that allowing the mental and physical space for things to go wrong made our lives so much easier, so much better even. Perhaps the universe was giving us a gift for handling the canceled flight well. Perhaps it was just a coincidence. Either way, it did confirm that I need to allow space to let things get screwed up. Embracing minimalism, the busy boycott, and slowing down allow us all to do this. Creating daily action that moves us towards our life's long-term vision allows us to do this. Who knows, if I had my nose in my phone for the evening, perhaps I wouldn't have even noticed the free gummy bears at all. You just listened to the post titled, Allow Space to Screw It Up by Anthony Ongaro of breakthetwitch.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary.
This message may be shocking to many millennials. If you are one, you might want to sit down. Right now, loads of people are searching the following on Depop. Low-rise jeans, halter top, velour tracksuit, puka shell necklace, disc belt. You likely placed these in the dark of your closet in 2004, never to be seen again. But if you can find it in yourself to dust them off, there are a lot of people who will give you money for them. Sell on Depop, where taste recognizes taste.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast? Smart move. Being financially savvy? Smart move. Another smart move? Having State Farm help you create a competitive price when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Thank you to Anthony. I can definitely relate to that struggle of keeping habits alive while traveling. I visited Tokyo and pretty much everything went out the door for those 10 days. I even had trouble wearing my retainers because I'd want to try food throughout the day, and putting them back in and taking them out felt like a hassle. It was a hassle. Probably the only habit that stayed or actually improved was walking, because I got from place to place, like most people in Tokyo, walking, and using public transportation, which meant like 17,000 steps a day. It was a lot. Anyway, all that to say, when I'm at home, it feels much easier to do these habits, like track every penny that comes into and out of my life, or exercise and so on. But the second I'm on a plane or in a hotel, the routines go out the window. And I used to really pay attention to streaks, like, oh, I haven't missed a day of exercise in 30 days. But that's all or nothing or perfectionist thinking, which really gets in the way. It leads to beating ourselves up a bit when we break that streak, which, as Anthony said, is counterproductive and makes it harder to restart. So if you've fallen off the wagon recently, don't worry about the streak. Just hop right back on. And with that, thank you for hopping on to listen to this show. I couldn't do it without you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.